Got an 02 S-10 here with the 4.3 motor. Cranks but won't start. That's a customer complaint. It was towed in. Take a look here. Crank the vehicle. If you notice, it cranks and then and this is just when I hold the gas pedal floor, it acts like it's kind of flooded. But as it's cranking, it'll go along and then it, and got a sneaky suspicion that's going to be your cause. The old Crossfire GM distributor cap, commonly found on these I don't know, I think it was 95 vintage GM vehicles, 6 cylinders and V8s. Had this cool little design where the distributor cap routes the wires very nicely out either side and creates nothing but misery for the owner. But I have a sneaky suspicion that's what it is. It starts cross-firing inside, so you're firing a cylinder out of order, and it's trying to fire a cylinder when it's probably coming up on compression, and that's that noise you hear. So if you get a that's something to think about. Only want to use GM caps. We'll pull that cap, see if there's something obvious. Looks pretty old. Usually somebody puts a aftermarket part on there and it doesn't last 6 months. This one's been on there a little longer than that. We'll pull these wires off here and then we'll unbolt the cap. This cap takes a T20 Torx. It's a little bit tight down there. I'm not sure I can get it. Not sure I can get the back one with my Torx driver, but we'll see here. Might have to use just a Torx socket and a ratchet. It's a little tight. Get my ratchet. All right. Moment of truth. Oh, we got issues. Got serious issues here. A little rotator button, a little carbon contact. It's gone. And we have moisture down in the cap, which is a warning sign. But you may see nothing when you pull this cap off. You may notice nothing. No burnt spots, no obvious carbon tracks of any kind. But it'll still have a problem inside, creating a crossfire condition. Get some light on the subject here, but you can definitely get crossfiring from this cylinder to this cylinder, or these 2 cylinders, or even the coil tower to here. Anywhere where those pathways come in close contact, you can get burn throughs and cross tracking, and then it fires the wrong cylinder at the wrong time. But this one's got more trouble than just that. When the coil tower wears out, you don't develop enough spark, you don't have enough voltage, especially during cold starts, and it's cold outside right now, baby. See what the rotor looks like. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not pretty. That's oh gosh. Hey, this is a perfect video. You cannot plan a video better. I did not plan this. I just knew it when I cranked the key, and I thought, okay, I'll get my camera out, because this happens all the time. If you own one of these, you've probably dealt with this before. If you haven't, then you're here watching the video. We'll pull this rotor, which is a T15, I believe. I'm trying to hold my camera and screwdriver at the same time. A bit of a tight fit. Try that. Pull this out and get a closer look. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Check the back side. Can't tell what brand. I almost think it's original equipment. I think that's OE. It just wore out. So here's the GM parts. That's the cap. Then, like I said, V8 is really the same deal, except it's just got 2 additional cylinders. The V8 engine is basically the same engine block with 2 more cylinders on it. So a lot of stuff is similar, including the piece of crap cap. Comes with the cap and hold down screws. Rotor's going to come with both the rotor hold down screws and the cap screws. Be real gentle when you're reinstalling the screws on the cap, because the distributor body is plastic and you can break the screws, break the housing of the distributor itself, in which case you just have to replace the whole thing. Let's put this thing on here and see if it fixes it. Okay, cap and rotor only go on one way. I just pay attention where the little pointer is pointing, but you can also tell by the little pins under the rotor. They have to align with the appropriate corresponding pinhole in the distributor shaft. And going back to my ratchet and driver socket. Just not enough clearance for my little screwdriver tool. And just make sure your wires are on there, of course, in the right position. And if you need help, there's usually numbers, at least on the GM cap and most aftermarkets. There's cylinder numbers right on the cap. And this is driver's side, odd numbered cylinders, 135. It's actually 315 from front to back on the cap. And the rest over there with the coil wire in the back. So we got them all back on. Just see if this thing fires up. fired right up, but you know, it's a little bit flooded, so run rough for a second here, but beautiful. Success. Proof is in the pudding. We'll let it run out here in the Great White North. We got about a foot of snow last night. It's kind of nice. It's been a nice winter. You can see the snow berm back here. That's just from plowing in front of the shop. Been a white winter so far. Yeah, I appreciate you watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll try to keep putting up decent content. And I really appreciate you, the viewers, for viewing. And I hope this video was helpful. We'll catch you next time. Take care.